Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Shady Spring High School, where we are ready for a day full of high school basketball action, as this is the West Virginia High School Shootout presented by C. Adam Toney Tires and Little General Stores. Hello, everyone, and welcome courtside. Chris Kidd with you, with Andrew Bolin, our engineer, and Nick Eskins, our camera operator, for today's ball games, presented by Butch Mounts and Video Productions as well. As our first game today, we'll pit the Liberty Raleigh Raiders against the Nicholas County Grizzlies. Again, these will all be scrimmage games between these clubs as they get set to start their regular season next week, as both teams looking for a good start to the season and getting a great opportunity to try and get some of the kinks worked out here this morning and see how each side will fare heading into the regular season of this 2021-2022 high school basketball season. As Nicholas County, coming off of a rough year last year, were 3-12 a season ago. They were 4-19 in 2019-2020. The last winning season for Nicholas County was in 2018-19 season when they went 16-8. They've only had two winning seasons since 2014, but Brian Phipps' crew looking to turn things around here this season, as they lost last year to Shady Spring 93-44 in the regional final, but do have several returning players to help burden this young roster, as Colby Pishner, the returning leading scorer at 11.8 points per game, will lead this crew. Last year, though, turnovers were a big cause of the issues for Nicholas County, averaging 16.2 turnovers per game, struggled in rebounding, just 26.3 per game, and gave up 79.6 points per game overall while averaging 60.2 points per game. On the other side for Liberty Raleigh, head coach by Chad Williams, came close to the state tournament last year, but lost in the sectional final to Chapmanville 53-42, and then lost in the regional final to Bluefield 51-41. They were 5-5 a season ago and have not had a winning season since 2013 and only had two winning seasons since 2005. This is a Liberty Raleigh team. Did have solid rebounding last year, 31.5 rebounds per game. Did average 10.9 steals per game, and bolstered a tough defense, allowing just 49.9 points per game while averaging 61.1 points per game. But turnovers were a big part of the problem for Liberty Raleigh as well last year, averaging 16.7 turnovers throughout the season. As the starting lineups for both sides, Nicholas County will be Colby Pishner, followed by Briar Bales, Gage Groggs, Jackson Morriston, and Bryson Phipps. On the other end for Liberty Raleigh will be A.J. Williams, the returning leading scorer for Liberty Raleigh, along with Adam Drennan, Adam McGee, Zach Bowman, and Connor Cantley. So we are set to go here with Liberty Raleigh in the red, Nicholas County in the gold, to get this first game of 5 from the auxiliary gym here at Shady Spring High School going here this morning. And it starts inauspiciously as neither team goes after the jump ball, but that's why we're here for the exhibitions, as Liberty Raleigh will control to get things started, as McGee will bring it across the timeline, bounces it over right side as Cantley looks down low, pass deflected, knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay right here with Liberty Raleigh. Again, they will play 4 8-minute quarters and then may run through some situational basketball after that, but we will cut out after the end of the 4 quarters as three-pointer air ball put back up, no good on the right side by McGee. Here comes Nicholas County into the front court. Pishner trying to get by at the top of the key as Bowman all over him. He'll shovel it over left side. Dribbling to the top of the key is Groggs. Now another handoff. Dribbling over left side is Morriston. He'll lose it. Taken away up the right side is Bowman. He'll stop. Kicks it out for Williams. Williams gets the left elbow. Back up top for McGee. McGee loses the dribble on the inside. Throws it and able to find Williams on the left wing somehow. Now over short-range jumper from the left side. No good by Drennan. Rebound comes down to the Grizzlies. Pushing across the timeline is Pishner. Cut off at the top of the key by McGee over left side. 3 on the way. No good. In and out. Rebounded underneath. We get a push and a foul against Liberty Raleigh as Morriston there for the board. Neither team on the board yet here to get things going here in the first quarter. They'll inbound it. Wide open look from the right wing, and this time it is canned. Three-pointer good by Briar Bales, and that gets the scoring started here this morning. Bales averaged just 2.8 points per game last year for Nicholas County, but looking to be a bigger part of the conversation this year on the offensive side as pass deflected. Now nice trap here at midcourt, trying to find an opening, able to get it over left side as McGee bring it back up top. Resets the offense for Liberty Raleigh as he swings it over for Cantley. Now into the corner for Williams. Williams stops, pops a long two-pointer off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Pishner. Nicholas County with a 3-0 lead here, early stages of the first quarter. Pishner gives it off up top for Phipps. Now over left side, back up top of the key. Long jumper on the way, off the mark for Morriston and out of bounds. Will go over to Liberty Raleigh. Raiders needing someone to inbound the ball. They head back and get things going with this possession as McGee will bring her across the timeline. He'll get it over left side for Cantley. Now back to the top of the key as they'll swing it around. Trying to get free down low is Cantley. Now finds a nice cut to the basket as Williams able to lay it in for the first two for Liberty Raleigh. Williams averaged 19.4 points per game last year for Liberty Raleigh. Averaged also 5 rebounds per game, 2.8 assists, and 2.4 steals per game. Wide open three top of the key for Morriston. Rims in and out, no good. Couple of unkind rim outs here in the early going for Nicholas County. Into the front court comes McGee. Nice spin move as he gets to the basket, and McGee lays it in to give Liberty Raleigh the lead. McGee averaged 7.9 points per game last year for Liberty Raleigh, as it looks like we have an officials timeout with 5:30 to go here in the first quarter. They're looking to get the inbound on the far side, but back to McGee. Averaged also 1.4 rebounds per game, 2.8 assists, and 2.5 steals per game. This pass up top almost stolen away as getting into the passing lane was Drennan. Now pass deflected, but able to find a man at the top of the key is Bales. Bales hands it off for Morriston. Bounce pass over left side for Groggs. Groggs tries to penetrate, but Williams cuts him off. Nice back cut that time by Bales. Layup rolls off, no good. Rebounded underneath and taken away by Cantley. McGee will cross the timeline over to the right side. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 4-3 Liberty Raleigh. And both teams playing tough defense here in the early going. And that's going to be a big staple on both ends this year to try and pick up some more wins. Have productive seasons on both sides. Nice cut underneath, wide open look, and layup rolled around for a while, but Cantley finally got it to fall through. Again, Cantley averaged 3.9 points per game last year and 1.7 rebounds per game. Now 6-3 in favor of the Raiders. They've reeled off the last 6 points of this contest. Top of the key and shuffling the feet was Ethan Collins, who just checked into the game. They'll call him for a travel. And this is a Liberty Raleigh team, very senior laden, as Williams, Drennan, and McGee, all seniors in this starting lineup. Then you have junior Bowman and the junior Cantley, so a very experienced Liberty Raleigh team coming back this year after coming so close to the state tournament last year. Lob pass inside, too tall and over the head of Drennan. Goes out of bounds back over to Nicholas County. As checking in now for the Grizzlies will be Travis Smith. Smith, one of the seniors on this roster for the Grizzlies, 5'7" senior. So he'll take it at the top of the key, gets a screen, he'll hand it off for Morriston. Morriston cut off, gives it over into the left corner, now back up top. So they'll reset with Groggs. Now here's Phipps looking, finds Smith. Smith gives it back to Morriston. And trying to find something out of that weave. Now they get it back over for Groggs on the right side. Pass deflected and stolen away. Here comes Drennan into the open court. Takes a couple of small steps to get up for the dunk, but can't finish it. Rebound comes down for Groggs. Here he comes into the front court. Dished off to Morriston. Back out. Nice quick passing here by the Grizzlies. Tough jumper on the way, though. No good off the back iron by Collins. Rebound comes down to the Raiders. Now they get it over the left side for Cantley. Back up top, straight on three on the way. Air ball, no good for Bowman, and out of bounds over to Nicholas County. As Pishner will now check back into the game for Groggs. Pishner, 5'10" senior. There's 4 seniors on the roster for Nicholas County, as Bryson Phipps, one of those seniors as well, as they start only 2 seniors. Morriston, a sophomore, Bales, a sophomore, and Groggs, a junior. So still a pretty young roster for this Nicholas County club. Now there's another steal underneath as Williams comes away with it. He'll give it off top of the key for McGee, now over left side. Just checking into the game is Rayshawn Sims. They go down low, pass deflected away from Drennan and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Raiders. McGee will trigger it in from underneath, lobs it out for Bowman at the top of the key. Williams thought about a deep three, but instead hands it off for McGee over left side. Pass almost stolen, but Bowman able to come up with it. Now McGee looking on the right wing for help. Spins away from Smith, gets into the double team, but splits it. Layup attempt underneath the rim, no good, and rebounded by Collins. Good move, though, to get free that time. And speaking of good moves, Pishner able to get free on the left side as he'll lay it in for the first two of the quarter for him and cut the lead to 1. That ends a drought for Nicholas County of about 4 minutes. 6-5 now in favor of the Raiders. Lob pass inside, nice positioning, and foul called as Drennan able to use that big frame in order to get a nice look underneath. And they'll call that a shooting foul, so he'll go to the line to shoot a couple. And Drennan, the second leading scorer last year for Liberty Raleigh, averaged 15.2 points per game as he gets his first of this morning session. Drennan also averaged 8 rebounds per game and 1.5 steals per game for the Raiders last season. Second free throw too strong. Rebound comes into the corner and taken away by Sims. Looks back underneath. Pass deflected. Bowman comes up with it. Putback no good. There's Sims on the putback but can't finish. Now the rebound comes down to Bowman, but he throws it away. Here comes Nicholas County into the front court looking to tie or take the lead with a 3 as we get a foul up front. As McGee, aggressive defense that time on Smith. And he's going to get called for the block. We see Bluefield coach Buster Large here with us this morning, taking in a lot of the action. He'll have a lot of competition from the area as well, trying to get himself a good look at what's going on. I believe his team will play later today in the main gym here at Shady Spring High School. Smith will hand it off at the top of the key, pump fake, gives it over for Morriston on the right side, now into the paint. Austin Altizer into the game for Nicholas County. Now gives it off to Pishner, drives into 3 men and draws the foul. It looks like Sims will be the culprit this time, and he will be. That time Pishner really had nowhere to go with the ball and did probably the smartest thing he could do, just tried to draw the contact, or else he was heading for a block probably on that play from one of the 2 men down low. As Pishner's first free throw off the front iron, no good. Pishner averaged 11.8 points per game last year for Nicholas County, 5.1 rebounds and 2.9 assists per game. Second free throw is through. He's got 3 points this quarter. Lead now 7-6 in favor of Liberty Raleigh. Bowman gets it on the left side. Pass almost too tall, but Williams able to snag it. Puts up a 3 off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Smith. He'll kick it over near side as Ethan Collins into the front court. Nice pass over to the right side. Layup no good, though, by Altizer. Here comes Liberty Raleigh back the other way. Nice spin move into the paint, but rejected by Morriston. Now here comes Smith back in transition. Smith, lob pass left side, put up, and that's rejected by Bowman. What defense on both ends that time by the Grizzlies and the Raiders. Great recovery by Nicholas County on that run out. Again, as we've talked about, the defense has been strong here in the first quarter. Haven't been a whole lot of great looks on either end. Collins up top for Smith. 1 minute to play now in the opening period. Pishner gives it off for Collins. Now over to Morriston. Pishner, pump fake, tries to go behind the screen, but it's cut off. Now finds a screen to come off of. Can't hit the long jumper. Rebound comes down, being fought for. And now he gets a little bit of pushing underneath between Altizer and Drennan. Looks like we're going to get a foul here on Altizer. It's Hayden Morris now checking into the game for Morriston. It's Hayden Morris, one of the 4 seniors on this roster for Nicholas County, 5'10" senior guard. Pressure being applied here by Nicholas County. Get it over for Williams on the left side. He'll jack a long three from the left wing. No good. Rebound underneath, though, by Bowman. Goes up. Can't finish, but he's fouled on the play. And that'll send Bowman to the free throw line to shoot a pair. So Bowman looking for his first points here this morning. His first free throw up and good. Bowman gets both free throws. 3 of 4 from the line now this quarter is Liberty Raleigh. Lead back up to 3. Pishner tries to drive in left side but loses control of it, taken away by Williams. Now Liberty Raleigh can try and hold for the last shot this quarter. As they get it up top, McGee tried to stop, but he moved his pivot foot, and that'll give it back over to Nicholas County as both teams having the chance here for the last shot, both with turnovers here. So now let's see if Nicholas County can hold for the last possession. Morris over to the right side with 10 seconds. Kicks it into the corner. 3 on the way. Good look, but no good off the side of the rim for Collins. Rebounded by Pishner. Had it knocked away with 4 seconds. Now here comes a chance for McGee across the timeline. Heaves a long 3 at the horn. No good. And that will do it for the first 8 minutes of action as Liberty Raleigh leads Nicholas County 9-6. You're watching the West Virginia High School Shootout presented by C. Adam, Tony Tires, and Little General Stores right here on Video Productions.
LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks and even discounts on fuel. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
The LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks and even discounts on fuel. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you.
Back here for the start of quarter number 2 here from Shady Spring High School here in the auxiliary gym. Chris Kidd with you, along with Andrew Boland, our engineer, and Nick Eskins, our camera operator, for these 5 exhibition games here in this gym. 5 others going on in the main gym, as they will erase the score after each quarter and start fresh each time. However, we here on the sideline will keep track of the overall score for you because we're just competitive people and we can't help ourselves. So right now 9-6 was the official first quarter score in favor of Liberty Raleigh. But as we said, both teams really working on a lot of situational basketball and just getting themselves prepared for the start of the season next week. And as we said, we have more basketball action throughout the day. Again, at approximately 11:15 in this gym, it'll be Webster County against Westside. And then at about 1:30, it'll be Wyoming East against Independence. 3:45, James Monroe against Meadowbridge. And 6 o'clock, our final game will be Greenbrier West and Sherman. So make sure you stay with us all day here on Video Productions for all the games and all this high school basketball action coming your way. We'll announce the games over in the main gym as well here in just a moment. As 3 on the way from the wing, and good for Briar Bells. He's now got 6 points here this morning and gives the Grizzlies an early 3-0 lead in this second quarter. Bowman with it on the left side, now into the corner. So get it back out front for Bowman. Drives over left side into the corner. Stutter step. McGee's turnaround spin move. Barely grazes the rim, and a rebound taken away by Groggs. Groggs will race across the timeline up the right side into the corner. Morriston jab steps. Now kicks it back up top. 4/5 over left side. That's Bales. Back to the top of the key. Hands it off for Groggs. Lost the dribble. Still loses it. And now Bowman comes up with it. Another steal for Liberty Raleigh. Pass cross court intercepted. Taken away by Nicholas County. Now here comes Bryson Morrison, who's checked into the game. Ball knocked loose and out of bounds. Let's see who last touched here. Looks like they're going to say Liberty Raleigh had the last touch. So Nicholas County will maintain possession. It's Bryson Morrison, 5'7" junior. He The older brother, I'm presuming, of Jackson Morriston. He'll give it off to his brother. Now out top of the key. 3 on the way. Wide open looking. Good stroke that time by Groggs as he gets his first points of the game. And Nicholas County out to a 6-0 lead here in the second quarter on a pair of threes. That's her third three-pointer of the game thus far. Liberty Raleigh yet to knock one down from the outside. It's Bowman. Top of the key over to Williams. Williams yet to get himself going here this morning, and there's a travel on him to give it back over to Nicholas County as the game's over in the main gym today. Again, Greater Beckley Christian playing Bluefield at 10 a.m. Then you have Capital taking on Greenbrier East at 12:15. Parkersburg South against GW at approximately 1:30. Then Shady Spring against South Charleston at about 3:45. And Woodrow Wilson against St. Albans at approximately 6 p.m. And again, that can also be seen on video production. So you want to toggle back and forth with us today, please feel free to. A lot of great high school basketball action here in this West Virginia shootout. As they get it over left side, now out top of the key from Morriston, swing it over. It's Groggs, hit a 3 a moment ago. He'll try again. That was on line, but too strong. And loose ball foul, maybe over the back here on Nicholas County, and that will be the call. So 5:49 to go here in this second quarter as we get a substitution for Nicholas County. Checking in will be Trey Stump. Stump, a 5'10 freshman. As Coach Phipps getting a good look at almost everyone on the roster here thus far in this game. I think everybody's been in now for Nicholas County as they go down low. Nice turnaround by Bowman as he gets his 4th point of the contest and the first points of this second quarter for Liberty Raleigh. And if you're keeping track of the overall score at the moment, Nicholas County would be leading by 1. Now at the top of the key for Stump. Dribbles back over left side, finds Morriston. He'll dribble to the elbow, drives inside, got a nice crease, but couldn't finish. Too strong on the layup. Bowman, long outlet pass for McGee. McGee going in one-on-one, whistle and a charge called. A nice job by Bales as he slid his feet right into position in order to draw the charge, as it's one of those he had to guess one way or the other whether he was going to go baseline or spin back middle, and he came back middle. And Bales able to end that transition opportunity for the Raiders. Groggs will cross mid-court on the right wing. Gets it over to Stump. Stump over for Morriston. Cut off, had it knocked away, and here comes Bowman on a run out, being chased by Pishner and 2 other Grizzlies. Fouled from behind, count it, and the foul for Zach Bowman. As he was able to outrace 3 Nicholas County defenders that time all the way to the bucket. And a chance to cut this to a 1-point lead here in the second quarter. Bowman hit his first 2 free throws and able to sink this one as well. As we get a look here at our little general instant replay again, there you see Bowman. He's been so good here in the first half, getting into the passing lanes, and there you get to see the and one and the finish to cut this to a 1-point lead in the second quarter as Morriston misses on the other end. Outlet pass gets too far for Cantley as he tried to race to the bucket. That'll give it back over to the Grizzlies with a 6-5 lead here in the second quarter. 4:35 to play in the first half. They kick it top of the key for Stump. He'll hand it off for Morriston. Down to the middle for Phipps. Left corner, Groggs. Morriston will now reset. He'll hand it off to Pishner. Goes behind his back. Nice defense by Williams that time, not letting him find an opening. Groggs gives it off to Stump, thought about a 3. Again, Liberty Raleigh gets right up in you on the defensive end. They're so quick, so long, and so athletic. It's no wonder teams had difficulty scoring against them last year, as we said, only giving up 49.9 points per game. Pishner able to make the save on the near side. Now there's a reach-in foul, and that'll go against McGee. We get a substitution in here for Nicholas County. That'll be Collins checking back into the fray. And that could only be the only thing that Chad Williams' crew maybe has to worry about this year, would be foul trouble with the way that they play defense. We said very aggressive, looking to create turnovers, looking to create transition opportunities, and there's another turnover. Here they come into the front court. Williams cut off by Stump, looking down low. Finds his man, turn around by Drennan, in and out, no good. Rebound taken away by Groggs. He'll look up ahead for Pishner. Pishner thought about a bounce pass, instead tries to come in with it and has it stripped away by Williams. Here he comes one-on-one against Phipps, but loses it and now goes down, and he looks like he's holding his right knee. And boy, this is bad if he is hurt for Liberty Raleigh. Again, the leading scorer for this Raiders ball club a season ago. And a senior on this roster, as we'll take a look here on our little general replay. And there you see, went to make a move on Phipps and looked like his knee just buckled as he came in. It looks like they're trying to help him to his feet here. And let's see if he can put any pressure on it. And boy, you really hope he's okay. Remember last year we were down in Chapmanville doing the sectional final for that contest, which is where I usually work out of and where I teach at and coach at. And Williams was outstanding in that contest, had 18 points in that sectional final to really carry Liberty Raleigh, even though Chapmanville came away with the win that day. It was Williams that was the main catalyst of the offense. And this is most definitely a hold-your-breath moment for Chad Williams and company. Williams is at least standing right now, but we haven't seen him make an attempt to try and put any pressure on it or walk on it right now. And looks like he's going to be helped off, but yeah, he doesn't look like he's putting any pressure on it whatsoever. And boy, we really hope he's okay for Liberty Raleigh, or that could be a huge blow to their season. And what is a difficult AA field to begin with, and a tough section with Chapmanville in there still, and Chapmanville bringing back nearly everyone off of last year's roster. So that's still a young team with the two-time champions from the Logan area. And if you lose Williams, then that is going to really, really devastate this Liberty Raleigh club. And I'd say even if he does end up being better today, I'd say that's the last you'll see of him in this contest. But I'd say they'll get him checked out and looked at as the day goes on, as Pishner gets free down low, and he'll lay it in, as he's now got 5 points here this morning. The lead is at 8-5 now with 3 minutes to go in this second quarter. They go in for Sims, back into the left corner, 3 on the way, no good for McGee, and now a loose ball foul underneath going to go against the Raiders. Phipps will check out as Altizer checks back in, and just continue to look over at Williams, and you can just see the frustration and disgust on his face right now as he continues to get looked at by the training staff for Liberty Raleigh. Groggs, nice move at the top of the key. Altizer just basically boxed out everybody at the free throw line, and nice jumper by Groggs. That was a nice set offense there. Altizer just basically putting on the solar eclipse offense there, just not letting anyone get near Groggs, as he's got that nice featherly touch at the top of the key. 10-5 Grizzlies here in the second quarter. Dangerous pass cross court. Stump got his hands on it, but chased into the back court and retained by Cantley. Cantley drives in, dishes off to Sims. Sims pass back out for McGee. McGee in trouble as he goes down, and we get a whistle. Looks like a foul on Stump. Again, he had McGee in trouble that time, but gave him just a little bit of a shove there at the end. Now applying pressure here on the inbounds is Pishner. Lob pass in, dangerous, but retained by Cantley. Pishner all over him right now. They give it over to McGee, now into the corner for Bowman. Pass underneath for Sims. He tries to get it into the corner, but loses it out of bounds. Smith will check back in here for Nicholas County, as Stump will go to the bench. I'll tell you what, pretty impressive showing by the freshman thus far in Trey Stump. I'd say you'll see him get a lot of playing time this year for Coach Phipp's squad. He's got size, he's got athleticism and quickness. They go down low, dangerous pass, and gets away from Groggs as Collins tried to find him cutting underneath. But yet another turnover for the Grizzlies. It's 10-5 Nicholas County here as they lost the first quarter 9-6, but leading the second quarter 10-5. They get it into the corner. Now we'll get a whistle and a travel on Liberty Raleigh as Bowman shuffled his feet. That's been called several times here on the first half on Liberty Raleigh. Just shuffling their pivot foot. Groggs will cross the timeline with it, gives it over to Pishner. Pishner penetrates in, tried to go up and under against Drennan, but had it poked away by Bowman out of bounds. It'll stay with the Grizzlies. They lob it in for Smith. Smith pump fakes, kicks it into the corner. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound knocked loose, and going to get a loose ball foul on Nicholas County. 1:08 to go here in the first half. Again, they reset the quarters if you're just now joining us each quarter. So it's not been this low scoring of a first half, we promise. But it sets back to 0-0 each time. Is this just an exhibition for both sides? As driving in that time was Drennan, but couldn't get the bounce. Now here comes Collins across the timeline. Sims all over him. Kicks it into the corner, driving baseline, and stepping on the sideline was Groggs, and that'll give it back over to Liberty Raleigh. 47.3 seconds to go here in the first half. Now Nicholas County applying some full court pressure. Drennan in the middle, gets it out to McGee. Underneath, Sims all alone, and probably the easiest layup he'll get all season as Sims gets his first 2 points of the game. 10-7 now. Nicholas County leads here in the second quarter. Collins with it on the left wing. Down to 18 seconds to go in the quarter. Has his shot blocked by Sims. Taken away. Here comes Bowman into the front court. Sims back out. Cantley, he'll look for the tie. No good. In and out on the three-point attempt. Rebounded by Drennan with 5 seconds. And a foul underneath. And possession will stay here with Liberty Raleigh. As I don't think that they're going to have one-on-ones or penalties here in either of these quarters. It's just 5 seconds to go here in the first half. Trying to lob it into Sims, but gets away. As I don't think anyone touched the ball that time, but it looks like they're going to say it did, and that will end the first half of action as Nicholas County wins the second quarter 10-7. After Liberty Raleigh won the first quarter 9-6. So if you're keeping track of the overall score with us at home, it is 16-16 at intermission. Well, we'll step aside for a break and be back for the third quarter after this as you're watching the West Virginia High School Shootout presented by C. Adam Toney Tires and Little General Stores right here on Video Productions.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Hey, my name is Joseph, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nuggets is they're so good. Every single time you bite into that nugget, and it's just so crispy, but somehow juicy, that perfect balance. And then if you just grab a couple sauces, you're going to be in heaven.
Hey, I'm Chambray, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese is how rich and cheesy it is. I just scoop the crispy top, and it's so good. It's so homey. It's like, wow, thank you. I needed that.
Little General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Shady Spring High School, where we are in the first game of the West Virginia High School Shootout, presented by TONEY Tires and Little General Stores here on Video Productions. Chris Kidd with you, with Nick Eskins, our camera operator, and Andrew Bolin, our engineer, for today's games. And again, as we said, if you're keeping track of the overall score, it's 16-16 at the half. But as we said, they do reset the score at the end of each quarter. And if you're looking at the first half scoring on both sides, we'll take a look at Nicholas County first. Briar Bells leads the way for Nicholas County with 6 points. Gage Groggs with 5 points, and Colby Pishner with 5 points to round out the scoring for Nicholas County. On the other end for Liberty Raleigh, in the first half, they were led by Zach Bowman, who led all scorers with 7 points. Then you had a slew of players with 2 points, as Sims, Cantley, McGee, and Williams all with 2 points, and Adam Drennan with 1 point to round out the scoring for the Raiders. But obviously the big story here in the first half is A.J. Williams and his health, as his knee buckled on him trying to make a move to the basket in that second quarter of play, went down in a heap, and I don't see him over on the bench right now, so they may be getting ready to try and transport him to the hospital to maybe get an X-ray, MRI, or what have you. Obviously, I'm not a medical expert or anywhere near the medical field, so I don't want to prognosticate or even guesstimate on what may be wrong or what may have happened there, but we're definitely hoping for the best for A.J. Williams. Again, this is going to be his senior season, the leading scorer for this Liberty Raleigh ball club, coming back this year after averaging 19.4 points per game. And it will be absolutely devastating to this Raiders season if they lose him. But obviously just hoping for the kid's sake that he's okay more than anything. But that was rough to watch whenever he went to the basket, as it just looked like whenever he went to shift his weight, his entire knee just buckled on him as he went down. So we'll see if we get any word on him before the day is out. But let's take a look at a couple of replays here before we get ready to start the third quarter of action. As we'll see what we've got here, as we see here Liberty Raleigh on the offensive end. Again, that was a nice back cut by Sims. Saw him get free on the baseline that time, as that was where Nicholas County applied some pressure to try and work on their press, and Liberty Raleigh did a great job of breaking it, and Sims just able to disguise himself underneath that time. As we'll take a look at one more before we go back to action here for this third quarter of play. As you see, Williams was in the game at that point. And they go down low, the turnaround jumper by Bowman, as that was 2 of his 7 points here in the first half. And again, Andrew Bolin doing a great job of getting all these replays for us here today, and we'll have plenty of them coming your way. Again, we've got 5 ball games in all today. This is number 1. And now Liberty Raleigh with the possession to start quarter number 3. It's McGee with it on the right wing, gets it out front for Sims. He'll kick it over for McGee as he looks down low for Drennan. Drennan, nice catch in traffic that time, puts up the short little jumper and able to get his first field goal of the game. He's got 3 points now overall, and a quick 2-0 lead for Liberty Raleigh to start this third quarter of action. Nice spin move by Groggs in the paint. Can't get the roll, though, as it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Drennan. It'll stay here with Nicholas County. Groggs has had several nice moves in the paint today in order to get himself free. We've seen what he's been able to do from the outside a couple of times. They get it over. 3 on the way from Bales. No good off the side of the iron. Rebound knocked away by Drennan and taken by Bowman. Bowman over left side for Sims. Almost lost it, but gets it back for Bowman. Pass underneath, deflected by Groggs. He gets in the way. Outlet pass for Pishner. One-on-one with McGee. No look pass for Bales. Rejected by Sims and out of bounds. Great play all the way around that time. Nicholas County created a great turnover, great passing, but a great defense by Sims to put an end to that threat as a 30-second timeout called by Nicholas County. So we'll keep things here in this third quarter of action. As the overall now 18-16 in favor of Liberty Raleigh. As we take a look here in our little general instant replay again, look at the recovery by Sims that time. An even better job not getting body-on-body contact there, able to keep himself away in order to get the block and prevent an and-one opportunity or prevent a two-shot penalty on himself. So Sims, wonderful body control that time in order to get the rejection with the left hand as well. Now out of the timeout, Nicholas County maintains possession as Bales will trigger it in. As he'll lob it into the corner for Groggs, pump faked and shuffled his feet. They'll call him for a travel. The officials have been very consistent about that in this game on both ends. As Nicholas County will now apply full court pressure, at least token pressure here, as they'll back off a little. Make Liberty Raleigh work it up the floors. McGee looks, bounce pass into traffic, finds Bowman. Now underneath the Drennan, got himself a nice look, but couldn't finish. Rebounded by Phibbs. Bounce pass up ahead, tried to split two defenders to find Bales, but intercepted by Liberty Raleigh. Now here comes McGee, kind of shuffled his feet, lost his footing on the shot as it's no good. Now we'll get a whistle and a tie-up. And the possession arrow will be with Nicholas County. I don't know if he slipped on a wet spot on the floor or if his footing just came out from under him there. But McGee just didn't quite have his control as he went up for that shot. He's up top with it. Phipps gets it over for Bales. Bales now to Morriston. Morriston hands it off to Pishner. He'll drive in, try to go back to Phipps. He wasn't looking for the pass, however, and we'll get a whistle and another tie-up. So we did have a tie-up in the first half. We've had two back-to-back, and this time it'll go back over to Liberty Raleigh. Nicholas County will continue with full court man-to-man pressure. Cantley looking for help, gets it over to McGee. McGee had it poked away by Groggs. Now in the backcourt, Bales almost sneaks in. Double team, throws it away. Now loose on the floor, taken away by Bales. He'll go up, tough one-hander, no good as it rattles out. Rebound underneath, knocked loose, and they're going to say last touch by Liberty Raleigh. And boy, Bales has just had some tough luck with a couple of his shots here today as these rims wound pretty tight here in this auxiliary gym. Just couldn't get the friendly roll. Looking to get it in. They find Pishner in the left corner. Fights his way along the baseline, kicks it out. Bales for three, no good, but he's fouled on the play by McGee. So Bales will go to the free throw line to shoot 3 free throws. It's Nicholas County looking for their first points of the second half. Again, Bales, 6 points thus far. On a pair of threes, first free throw no good, as we'll take a look here on our little general instant replay on the foul. And there you see the closeout. That time McGee just came right out into him. Didn't really have a chance to get out and contest the shot, but he ran into him anyway. But Bales unable to convert on the first 2 attempts as Nicholas County now 1 for 4 from the free throw line here this morning. As Collins will check back into the game, as Phipps will go to the bench. Now Bell's trying to get one of the 3, and he does. So there's the first point of the third quarter for Nicholas County. 2-1 overall in favor of the Raiders as Bowman across midcourt trying to catch Nicholas County's defense napping. He'll get it back in the left corner. Penetrates in, kicks it out to McGee. McGee swings it over for Sims, now back out front. So they'll swing it over left side. Back up front for Sims. So they'll find McGee on the wing. 5.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. McGee slices inside, had it poked away and off of McGee's leg and out of bounds. Again, we talked about how both teams turned the ball over a lot last year, but really it's been the defenses doing a great job of forcing these turnovers here this morning. It's Nicholas County. We talked about how they gave up nearly 80 points per game last year, but this is going to be a much improved defense, it looks like, this season. Pass underneath, gets away, stolen by McGee as they tried to find Bales cutting to the rim. Lobs it underneath. Sims gets himself free. Nice pump fake. Gets free under on the left side. Can't finish. Goes up again, and this time he's hacked on the way up by Morriston. It was a great job by Sims, able to get himself free with that first pump fake. Couldn't finish, but able to stick with it to at least draw the foul and go to the free throw line. Sims has 2 points thus far in the game. His first free throw finds its way through. Again, Liberty Raleigh been much more efficient from the free throw line. They're 5 of 6 thus far in this game. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded, though, underneath by Drennan, and they're going to get him for a double dribble. Drennan didn't think he did, but the official saw otherwise. So 3-1 Liberty Raleigh here in this third quarter. 3 minutes gone. As the Grizzlies looking for their first field goal of this second half. Groggs gets a pick from Pishner. Nice look for Bales. Goes up and under with the right hand, but can't finish. Rebounded by McGee. McGee pushing into the front court. Gets it over right side. Running layup attempt. No good that time. As ball knocked loose and out of bounds. And looks like they say last touched by Nicholas County. As Chris Bowman has checked into the game for Liberty Raleigh, who just attempted that running jumper, as he'll get it out the top of the key. Swings it over for Sims. Sims to McGee. Drennan trying to get a post-up position down low. They'll lob it into him. Double team, gets the turnaround jumper, but can't finish. Rebounded by Pishner. Pishner, no-look pass, knocked away, but into the hands of Morriston. And now Bowman is hurt on that deflection, holding his finger underneath as Bales can't hit on the layup attempt. Rebounded underneath, though, by Liberty Raleigh. Bowman with the ball. Thankfully, looks like the hand is okay as he'll drive coast to coast and lays it in. I was afraid at first Bowman might have broken a pinky or something on that pass attempt, the way he was holding his hand. Still kind of looking at it right now, but he was able to go coast to coast for that layup. Three-point attempt, no good at the top of the key by Collins, and foul underneath. Going to go against Liberty Raleigh, and Bowman still holding that pinky finger. Trying to get a look at it to see if it's in place and intact right now, which it appears to be. Yeah, he got his hand into the passing lane that time and might have just caught it at a bad angle, but he's still taking a look at it. As they inbound it for Pishner. Tough shot on the way, no good, as Bowman able to snag the rebound. Bowman now will push into the front court behind his back over the left side. Gets it into the corner for Cantley. 5-1, Liberty Raleigh leads it here in the third quarter. Sims swings it over for Bowman. Hands it off for Chris Bowman. Now drive back out to Zach Bowman. Top of the key. Back to Chris Bowman. Now Cantley will get it over to Zach Bowman. He'll put up a three. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound taken away by the Grizzlies. Into the front court. Groggs gets behind everyone. Left-hand layup is good. Groggs now with 7 points in the game. His first 2 points of the second half. That's also the first field goal for Nicholas County here in the third quarter. 5-3, Liberty Raleigh leads it. Pass deflected by Pishner, but into the hands of Sims. Sims thought he was taking a shot at first, but instead it was a lob into Drennan, as he was walloped on the play by Pishner. Raiders will take it out underneath. Bowman looks to trigger it in, gets it into Cantley. He'll put up a quick three from the corner, and Cantley able to connect. Connor Cantley now has 5 points for the game, and the lead is up to 8-3 now for Liberty Raleigh. Underneath, nice pass and nice finish by Pishner. He's got 7 now in the game and his first points of the second half. They were overall tied going into halftime, so at the moment it would be a 3-point Liberty Raleigh lead if we're keeping score from start to finish, and now we get a foul underneath. As we'll take a look here on our instant replay presented by Little General Store. And here you'll see the three by Cantley. Again, nice release into the corner that time off the screen. And Cantley able to get a clean look and a nice quick trigger by him, as he's got a nice release point to get that shot off fast. Get it over left side for McGee. He looks down low for Sims. Sims double team, spins away from it, puts up a shot, can't get it to fall, gets his own rebound back, and he'll be fouled on the play. Again, Sims has such a nice, quick first step. Was able to get himself free on the baseline that time. He's done that a couple of times today. He struggled to finish around the rim, but he has been able to draw a couple of fouls and get himself to the free throw line as first free throw too strong. As Bryson Morriston checks back in for the Grizzlies. Second free throw by Sims, no good as well. Rebound tap back, though, saved by Liberty Raleigh. They go underneath, and layup is good by Adam McGee. He's got 4 points now. Up ahead, Grizzlies trying to attack quickly here. Smith gets it over. Wide open look for three. No good, too strong that time by Hayden Morris. Rebound comes away for the Raiders. Up top, McGee looks down low. Dribbles back out, now goes down to Drennan, backs his way in hard on Morriston, and he'll put it in. Nice job that time by Drennan, using his size and his strength in order to back down Morriston as they've opened up. Now Liberty Raleigh has a 12-5 lead here in the third quarter and a 7-point lead overall in the contest. Underneath, Morriston has it poked away, loose on the floor, and Drennan comes up with it. Liberty Raleigh really asserting themselves now here in this third quarter. After a back-and-forth first half, McGee at the left elbow goes down low for Drennan. There he is again as Drennan goes to work. He's got 6 this quarter, 7 for the game. Pass intercepted here right in front of us. And McGee almost with another steal. And now a 30-second timeout here by Chad Williams. So we'll keep things right here with Liberty Raleigh leading at 14-5 in the third quarter and leading at 30-21 overall in the contest. And as we said, we have 5 games on tap for you today. And we'll be here for our next one at about 11:15 as we take a look here at our little general instant replay. As you see Drennan going to work here on the last couple of possessions. And with his size and his strength, Drennan can be real pest down low. He's 6'4", he's long, he's lanky. He's got a nice quick step. And he's got power to him as well with that size. So if A.J. Williams happens to be out for any sort of significant time this season after we saw him go down with that knee injury in the first half, then you'd imagine a lot of the offensive load's going to fall on Drennan this season. They inbound it back for Stump. Stump dribbles over to the right. We have 1 minute to go here in the third. Pass up top. All Ties are able to get it. Now back to Collins, over for Morris. Morris dribbles to his left, hands it off for Stump. Stump out the top of the key. Kicks it back up top. Now over left side. Morris trying to find himself free. Sims almost tries to pick his pocket. They continue to run the weave at the top of the key. Now this time ball pops free. Stump trying to save it from McGee and does. Gets it to Morriston. Pass underneath. Intercepted by Drennan. And that time you could just sense it coming. Liberty Raleigh was just all over the ball that time. And there Sims called for a travel as I think he was looking to pass it off at first and then didn't see a red jersey around. Tried to get rid of it as soon as he could, but by that point he had taken 3 or 4 steps. So we'll see if Nicholas County tries to hold for one here with 21 seconds to go in the quarter. Down low they go. Stump got free. Can't hit the turnaround, though, as McGee got in his way, and they say last touched out of bounds by Drennan. Again, Liberty Raleigh, they can gamble a lot on defense, but they recover very well. As we get a timeout here, this will be a full timeout, so we'll step aside and be back right after this as you're watching the high school shootout presented by C. Adam Toney Tires and Little General Store right here on Video Productions.
Hey, my name is Joseph, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nuggets is they're so good every single time. You bite into that nugget, and it's just so crispy, but somehow juicy, that perfect balance. And then if you just grab a couple sauces, you're going to be in heaven.
Hey, I'm Chambray, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese is how rich and cheesy it is. I just scoop the crispy top, and it's so good. It's so homey. It's like, wow, thank you. I needed that.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Back here at Shady Spring High School for this West Virginia High School shootout. Chris Kidd with you, with Andrew Bolin, our engineer, and Nick Eskins, our camera operator. As we have 16.6 seconds to go here in the third quarter, Liberty Raleigh is taking command here in this period. They kick it over to Stump, puts up a three, but Drennan quite possibly deflected that just by getting out on the ball that time, forced a much stronger shot from Stump than he wanted, and now Sims is fouled, trying to post up as Altizer gave him a shove. Yeah, Stump rather, probably forced that a lot quicker just because he saw the long arms of Drennan coming out on him. Put a little too much loft on that shot as Phipps checks back in. Altizer will go to the bench. 6.1 seconds left in the quarter. McGee looking, gets it in, gets it back over to McGee with 4 seconds. McGee will jack up a long three, in and out, no good. Cantley on the putback, can't finish, and that'll end the third quarter of play as Liberty Raleigh takes command with a 14-5 period. We'll be back for the fourth quarter right after this as you're watching the West Virginia High School shootout with us, presented by C. Adam Toney Tires and Little General Stores right here on Video Productions.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Start of the fourth quarter here from Shady Spring High School in the West Virginia High School shootout. Chris Kidd with you, Andrew Bolin, our engineer, and Nick Eskins, our camera operator, as we start back at 0-0 for the final 8 minutes. Overall, it is 30-21 in favor of Liberty Raleigh as Groggs can't hit a three from the left corner, gets it back, however, can't hit the putback. Rebound taken away by Drennan. Into the front court comes Zach Bowman. Bowman, what a spin move to get by everyone. Can't finish at the rim, however. Bails. Long outlet pass for Pishner. Pishner passes it back to Morriston. Puts up the layup. Can't finish either. And there's Drennan recovering with a rebound. Up ahead for Bowman. Bowman spins away, gets into the middle. Both teams with an opportunity here early in the fourth, but can't convert as Cantley with a three that rims in and out. No good. And a lot quicker pace to start this fourth quarter as Bales swings it near side to Pishner, drives in on Sims, can't finish, and rebounded by Bowman. Bowman, 1-on-4 at the moment, in trouble, trying to find an opening, trying to find help. He'll instead drive baseline, counted, and the foul. Boy, Zach Bowman was in all sorts of trouble that time on that possession, but once the ball got deflected away and he regained his dribble, he was able to find that little opening, slid in on the right side, and has a chance for his second and one of the game as he's now into double figures with 11 points overall. Bowman 3 of 3 from the free throw line as well here this morning. And on cue, there's the announcer's jinx. As ball knocked away and out of bounds, and looks like they're going to say last touch by Liberty Raleigh. And it's amazing how that works. It has absolutely no impact whatsoever, but as the announcer, you just feel like a complete idiot every time that happens. I remember I was accused of wrecking a kid's Little League no-hitter one time about 10, 12 years ago whenever I mentioned that he had a no-hitter going into the last inning. And even though the kid couldn't hear me whatsoever, my partner was all over me about it. His pass by Morriston gets away into the Nicholas County bench and out of bounds, so it'll go back over to Liberty Raleigh. Again, after the conclusion of this quarter, I believe both teams will stay out to work on some situations, as in trailing by 3 in the final minute, things of that nature. So we'll cut away at that point and then rejoin you for the next contest on our slate. As Sims can't finish, but on the other end, Groggs with a nice drive, but he can't finish either. Both teams have done a good job getting to the bucket here today, but neither have been able to find much of an answer once they get to the rim, as McGee does the same on this end and can't finish, and now the ball goes back over to Nicholas County. But both sides have done a really good job of creating opportunities, and that'll be something I think you'll see with more games and more practice. Both will definitely start to convert on these as the season goes along. As pass on the give and go, knocked away by Bowman. Now Bowman in a race with Pishner as he gets by him all the way to the basket. And there's another 2 for Zach Bowman, as he's really picked his game up here this morning. 7 points in the first half, 6 here in the second half. 3 on the way left side, no good by Morriston and out of bounds. It'll go over to Liberty Raleigh with 5:53 to go in the fourth quarter. As Chris Bowman will check back into the game. Again, over in the main gym, Greater Beckley Christian and Bluefield has just begun. So if you want to go back and forth with us on these games today, again, you can check that game out as well. As pass underneath to Drennan as he's hacked on the way up. And that'll send him to the free throw line. Again, at approximately 11:15 a.m., we'll have Webster County and Westside here with you in the auxiliary gyms. Make sure you rejoin us at that point, as Drennan can't convert on the first free throws. Let's take a look here on our little general instant replay. Again, there's the run out by Bowman. Again, Pishner quick, but Bowman able to shield him away that time to prevent a block attempt, and a nice finish that time. As Drennan able to convert 1 of 2 free throws. He's 2 of 4 from the line today, as it's 5-0 here in the fourth quarter for Liberty Raleigh, but that changes there as Phipps with a nice jumper from the free throw line, his first 2 points of the game. They'll get it out front for McGee. Now to Drennan. Nice skip pass for Bowman. He'll put up a 3. No good. Short. Rebound knocked loose underneath. Sims comes up with it. Tries to go up, but had it deflected away. Now the ball loose again on the floor. Bale's fighting for it for Nicholas County, and we're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow will stay with Liberty Raleigh. The crowd applauds the hustle on both ends. Nice lob pass in for Drennan, goes up, can't finish. There's Sims again on the boards, fights his way back up, but no good. Rebound knocked into the corner. Drennan comes down with it. He'll fly back in on the left side, and Drennan will finish this time. Boy, he's had a nice second half. He's got 9 points in the second half, 10 points now for the game. Phipps with it at the top of the key. Get a whistle and a timeout by Coach Phipps. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep things here with 4:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. And this is a game that was tied overall at halftime, but Liberty Raleigh's really opened it up in the second half. As let's take a look here at our little general instant replay as we see Drennan here getting it in the corner, and right there it looked like Groggs tried to go after the loose ball as well, and that's what created the opening along the baseline. You can't fault Groggs trying to chase down the loose ball, but after that left the left baseline wide open for Drennan to fly in and get that putback. And Drennan had 8 points in that sectional final against Chapmanville last year. That was a game where Liberty Raleigh just could not throw it in the ocean that night at Chapmanville. It was a 53-42 win for the Tigers in that contest. It was close throughout. I believe, if memory doesn't fail me at this point, that it was a lead at halftime for Liberty Raleigh. A very, very tight affair. But Chapmanville's defense really ramped up in the second half, and Liberty Raleigh just had no answers on the offensive end after that. It's inbounded into the backcourt for Pishner. So he'll dribble over to the right side, looking down low. Instead goes to Phipps. Down to 4:36 to go here in the fourth quarter. Groggs spins inside, kicks it out to Morrison. He'll take a three, no good for Morrison, and rebounded underneath by Drennan, and a loose ball foul going to go against Pishner this time. And again, if you're just joining us, they do reset the score at the end of each quarter, as these are exhibition games for both clubs. They'll start their regular seasons next week, but just resetting the score each time at the start of the quarters. But if you were keeping track of it overall as we were, it was tied at the half, and now a steal by Pishner. Gets it over, knocked loose, as Groggs had trouble coming up with it, but it was saved by Collins. Now they go back out front and whistle in a travel against Pishner. But here in the second half, Nicholas County's been held to just 7 points overall, as Liberty Raleigh has outscored them 21-7 here in the second half to open up an overall 14-point lead. They get it over to Chris Bowman. He'll take a little jumper along the left baseline, and he puts it up with one hand and scores. He gets it on the board with his first two. Underneath, pass in and out of the hands of Collins and out of bounds. There's another turnover for Nicholas County. And that can cause you to really rush yourself sometimes whenever you've got the type of defense Liberty Raleigh has. It's almost like you start seeing 6 or 7 men on the floor whenever teams are flying around like they are on that end, and you just tend to start rushing yourself. Bowman with a tough turnaround, no good, rebounded by Groggs. Groggs trying to fight out. Whoa, what a behind-the-back pass by him. Collins to Pishner, can't finish, and out of bounds, last touch by Liberty Raleigh. Boy, that would have been a great highlight reel play there had they been able to finish that play, but Groggs, what a throw by him behind his back as he got into traffic that time. Pass got away underneath, but Phipps able to save it to Pishner. Over into the corner for Morrison, back up top. Pishner trying to loosen up the traffic as he gets it over the left side. Now underneath to Pishner, got free but can't finish on the layup attempt. Rebounded by Morrison. His shot rejected by Sims. Goes back over to Collins. Collins lobs it inside. Pass knocked around. Chris Bowman able to intercept it. Now Zach Bowman tries to throw it deep down floor. Had it knocked away by Collins, and once Bowman retrieved it, he was on the sideline and out of bounds. Actually, they're going to say it was last touched by Nicholas County out of bounds, so Liberty Raleigh will maintain possession as McGee had trouble with his footing that time, never really got under control, had it stolen away, and now Groggs takes a tumble on the other end as McGee got his hands on him, and a foul on McGee. Checking back in will be Cantley for the Raiders, as McGee will check out with 2:52 to go here in the fourth quarter. Liberty Raleigh outscored Nicholas County 14-5 in the third quarter, outscoring them 9-2 thus far here in the fourth quarter. Left side three on the way for Groggs, no good. Rebounded by Drennan underneath. Again, just another powerful rebound by him. Now into the front court comes Zach Bowman, almost lost it, but gets it back. Drives into the center, layup no good. There's Drennan on the putback, but he can't finish. Rebounded by Morrison. Outlet pass up ahead. Pishner able to chase it down, drives up, shot no good off the side of the backboard. Rebounded by Sims. He's able to get away from Pishner, gives it back to Chris Bowman. Bowman, top of the key. Gives it over to Cantley. He'll lob it down low, but no one home for Liberty Raleigh. And now here comes the Grizzlies back the other way. Groggs, no-look pass. Almost took out the official. Now the ball almost takes out our, our table over here along the sidelines. So we've gotten into the action a few times here in this ball game thus far. As we'll get a timeout here. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll step aside as well as you're watching the West Virginia High School Shootout presented by C. Adam Toney Tires and Little General Stores right here on Video Productions.
LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. And by the way, tell them hugs.
Welcome back, everybody, to Shady Spring Auxiliary Gym. Chris Kidd with you, with Andrew Bolin and Nick Eskins, our engineer and camera operator for today's contest. Let's take a look here at our Little General Instant Replay. As you see here, the run out by Bowman, getting to the rim and able to lay it in on the right side, as he's had a terrific game today. Bowman with 13 points in the contest to lead all scorers. After A.J. Williams went out with that knee injury, as we said, if we get word on his status as the day goes along, we'll make sure to pass it along to you. It looks like he's been taken to get looked at the hospital after suffering that knee injury in the first half between these two squads, as Sims lobs it over for Zach Bowman. Gives it off to McGee. McGee gets the free throw line now into the corner. Cantley hit one from there in the third quarter, but can't this time. There's Drennan on the rebound. Had it knocked loose, stolen away initially, but there's McGee able to get it back. Now into the corner for Bowman. Down low to Drennan, and he's fouled on the way up. So that'll send Drennan back to the free throw line, where he's 2 of 4 today. Overall, 10 points for the 6'4" senior. As that one took a trip around the world and goes through. As we'll take a look here at our replay. Again, there you see that big frame of Drennan. Again, he's able to just put those long arms up and gives the guards a nice target whenever they're trying to get down low to him. So he's able to position himself nicely. It's like a wide receiver in football, just being able to box everybody out on some of those routes, and Drennan's going to be a terror for a lot of teams this year down low with that size. Up top, Collins takes a three from the left wing, and Collins able to knock down a three, his first points of the contest. 11-5 now here in the fourth quarter in favor of Liberty Raleigh. Cantley across midcourt, gets it over for McGee. Bounce pass for Drennan, goes up, has it knocked away from him. Here comes the Grizzlies, and Pishner takes a spill at midcourt. It looks like McGee and him got tangled up that time. Again, with this being an exhibition, obviously I don't think we're counting overall fouls, but I'd say McGee would be at or surpassing the 5 foul barrier at this point in the game. Again, he plays such tough defense. As Collins, nice drive this time as he faked the three but couldn't convert, as Drennan gets the rebound. Again, it's just been tough for the Grizzlies to finish at the rim today, as Liberty Raleigh has a decisive size advantage on them, and they've exploited that throughout this morning session. McGee hands it off to Bowman, now over left side for Cantley. Down to 45 seconds left here in the fourth quarter, and Cantley going to be called for a travel. As we said at the conclusion of this fourth quarter, we'll step aside, as I believe both teams will stay out and work on some situational basketball, and we'll cut away at that point. But again, over on our other channel here on Video Productions, we have Greater Beckley Christian and Bluefield going on right now, and we'll be back at approximately 11:15 for Webster County and West Side, as Pishner, nice drive by Pishner that time as he gets a nice layup. He's up to 9 points for the game to lead Nicholas County in scoring. On the other end, Bowman can't finish. Down to 18 seconds left in the fourth. Now here comes Pishner back again. Pishner drives in, had it knocked loose, and last touch by Liberty Raleigh. It's another chance here for Nicholas County to work on their side out plays. As Morriston triggers it in for Smith. Bounce pass into the corner for Groggs. Long, high arching three, and he able to hit it. And a timeout by Coach Phipps, as Nicholas County trying to come back and snake this fourth quarter away from Liberty Raleigh. Let's take a look at our Little General Store instant replay here this high arching three that nearly hit the rafters and somehow spilled in. I thought initially maybe Bowman got a finger or two on that three attempt, but still able to find its way home as Groggs now with 10 points for the game. He's now the new leading scorer for Nicholas County. And if you're keeping track overall right now, if we were going score by score per quarter, Liberty Raleigh would have an overall 10-point lead at the moment. But now Nicholas County trying to come back and win this fourth quarter as they trailed throughout most of it. Now a long outlet pass for Bowman, getting away from him. He's able to chase it down, but now here's Pishner with it. 5 seconds left. Chance here for Nicholas County. Overpass intercepted by McGee into the hands of Groggs for three. Hits it at the buzzer! Oh, what a finish to the fourth period of play. And Nicholas County comes all the way back from 9-2 down in this fourth quarter to outscore Liberty Raleigh 11-2 down the stretch. And what a finish to this final quarter. Again, there you saw the baseball pass too long. Pishner gets it back. It was knocked away by McGee, but it fell right into the hands of Groggs, who hits his second consecutive three, his third three of the game, and able to give Nicholas County a fourth quarter win. So they do split quarters overall. Nicholas County won the second quarter and the fourth quarter, and Liberty Raleigh able to win the first and third quarter overall in this contest. So let's run through some of the final scoring here, as we'll do that in real time, as A.J. Williams finished with 2 points. Again, that knee injury, something we're going to keep track of throughout the day and see how he is doing, and hopefully we'll have some word for you as the day goes along. As Adam Drennan finished with 12 points for Liberty Raleigh, Adam McGee with 4 points. Then you had Zach Bowman, who led Liberty Raleigh in scoring with 13 points, Cantley with 5 points. Then you get Sims with 3 points and Chris Bowman with 2 points to round out the scoring for Liberty Raleigh. On the other end, Colby Pishner finished with 9 points, and Briar Bells with 7 points. Gage Groggs with that last-minute flurry finished with 13 points to lead Nicholas County in scoring. Bryson Phipps with 2 points, and Ethan Collins with 3 points to round out the scoring for Nicholas County. So overall, let's see how my math is. It is 34 for Nicholas County overall and 41 for Liberty Raleigh. So our overall final score, 41-34. Okay. And do I cut out? No, you can call. You just, call. Like it is. Okay. All right. Well, we're actually going to stay with you throughout some of these plays that are going to be run here on both sides. As we said, they're going to do some end-of-game situations for both squads, just to try and get a feel for what it may be like in certain situations late in the game. And they've put up the score of 67-66 in favor of Liberty Raleigh with 20 seconds to go. And Nicholas County at the free throw line. And this will be a one-on-one situation as well, as Groggs will be the one to shoot it. As Groggs hits the first. So as we said, these are theoretical end-of-game situations that they'll run through here for several minutes on both sides. Groggs misses the second, so now Sims with a rebound. Here comes Liberty Raleigh into the front court, down to 15 seconds. He'll give it off to Cantley, now back to McGee. As Liberty Raleigh running it down to try and assure the last shot here. McGee, 5 seconds left, gets it over to Bowman on the left side, drives baseline, kicks it off to Sims, and he'll lay it in at the buzzer. And Liberty Raleigh able to win in this first end of game situation, 69-67. So it looks like they're going to run the same situation, just reverse it. And there you see it right here on the replay. Great find that time underneath, able to find Sims. And that time, after he had a few difficulties finishing around the rim in the full quarter situations, that time able to finish in what would give Liberty Raleigh the win in that first situational play. And now it looks like we're going to do the same thing. It's just going to be role reversed. It'll instead be Nicholas County leading 67-66, and it'll be Liberty Raleigh at the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1 in this spot. And again, while we have a moment, just to run through the rest of the games here for you today. As we said, Greater Beckley Christian and Bluefield going on right now in the main gym. Then we'll have Webster County and Westside for you right here on our channel at 11:15 a.m. Then it'll be Capital versus Greenbrier East in the main gym at 12:15. Wyoming East and Independence will be our third game here in the auxiliary gym at 1:30 p.m. Then at 2:30, it'll be Parkersburg South and GW in the main gym. James Monroe and Meadowbridge here in the auxiliary gym at 3:45. Shady Spring and South Charleston at 4:45 in the main gym. Greenbrier West and Sherman in this gym at 6 o'clock. And Woodrow Wilson and St. Albans will finish things off in the main gym at 7 o'clock tonight. So Cantley hit the first. And second is good as well. So now Nicholas County trailing by 1 in this second end of game situation. Again, both teams getting a chance to run through their final plays in these spots. Bales over to Pishner with 8 seconds. Pishner hands it off for Groggs with 5 seconds. Gets it back over to Pishner with 3 seconds left. Nicholas County's going to have to go here. Pishner over to Groggs at the horn. He hit the shot but didn't get it off. So again, Groggs is really heated up here down the stretch, but that time just a little bit tardy on getting off that three-point attempt. So we'll take a look at it again here on our little general store instant replay. As you saw the double team come there on Pishner, trying to apply some more pressure on him, but a great job finding Groggs just a little late.
Okay, next scenario. 35 seconds on the clock. Tie game. Each team will get the ball. Everybody has one timeout in all of these situations, okay? So we're going to try to see whether we're going to foul or try to hold for one, or just go ahead and score and play it out. So we'll see how.
So now this situation will be in a tie ball game at 71-71. And again, Butch Mount's coming over and explaining the situations to us. So if you were hearing a voice talking to me, that's the godfather of video production speaking to you and me all at once. And Butch informing us of what they're going to do next. So Liberty and Nicholas County tied at 71 now. And the first time it'll be Nicholas County to get the ball first. And after this, they'll flip it around, and Liberty Raleigh will get to have the ball. And each team does get one timeout in all of these situations. So we'll see if Nicholas County tries to go early with it here, if they attempt to hold for one. As ball knocked loose, it'll stay with Nicholas County. 30.1 seconds left here in our third end of game scenario. They get it into Collins, tried to fit it into Pishner, but had it knocked away by Bowman. Now here comes Liberty Raleigh back the other way. Bowman retreats back towards top of the key. Down to 18 seconds as Bowman drives baseline, tries to shovel it inside to Sims, but loses it. Now here comes Pishner. Up ahead, Bales gets behind everyone. Reverse layup is good, 8 seconds to go. Now here comes Liberty Raleigh back the other way. Bowman with 4 seconds, drives left side, kicks it out. Cantley over to McGee, heaves a three at the buzzer, no good. And Nicholas County wins the third end of game situation. Again, great reverse layup that time by Bales. We'll take a look at that again here on our little general store instant replay. As you saw him get behind the defense and then had to go up and under once McGee was charging at him. And did a great job of controlling that all the way through and finishing that layup. So now it'll be Liberty Raleigh's turn to start with the ball. in a tie game, end of game situation. As both teams were able to get a possession out of the last scenario. And I think Bob Bolin will, along the way, telling the scorekeeper that it's going to be tied up at 71, so now they do get that fixed. And when Bob Bolin speaks, you listen. So Bob is helping run through a lot of these end-of-game situations with a lot of these kids that he's known for a long time as well around this area. He's been such a huge influential figure around the Beckley area in basketball for such a long time. They get it down left side for Bowman. Back out for Cantley. He'll jack up a three. No good off the front of the iron. Rebound knocked loose. We'll get a whistle and a foul called with 18.4 seconds to go, and it looks like they're going to have a 1-and-1 on the other end. So it will be Bales to shoot the 1-and-1. Bales was 1 for 3 in the four-quarter scrimmage from the free throw line. He gets this one to rattle home. Bales splits the free throws. Now here come the Raiders back the other way, looking to take the lead again. This fourth end-of-game situation as McGee in the left corner. Now they go down low. Wide open was Cantley. Instead, Drennan will take the jumper. No good. Cantley tries to put it back. Sims puts it back and gets it to fall through. And that will give Liberty Raleigh the win in this fourth end-of-game situation. So we've had some nice finishes here on both ends in these end-of-game spots. And we'll see what we'll run through this time. So let's take a look here at our little general store instant replay. And you saw Cantley wide open over there for several seconds, but couldn't get the ball. And then Sims able to crash the boards and put that back up and in. So both these teams have split these four end-of-game situations just as they split the quarters. Let's see what situation we've got this time. It looks like they've put 7 seconds on the board. And a 2-point lead, it looks like, for Liberty Raleigh. And looks like it'll be ball under their own basket. So that'll be this situation. Down 2 with the ball out underneath their own basket. And I believe it'll be Nicholas County that will have the ball first in this spot. As we said, regular season will start next week for both sides. And here on Video Productions, we'll have a mountain of games for you from now until the road to Charleston ends in March. So make sure you're with us here on Video Productions for the next 3-4 months for all your boys and girls high school basketball from around the state of West Virginia as Bales looks to get it in. Trying to find someone, and pass knocked away, and last touch by Nicholas County. So now Liberty Raleigh in this situation with the ball ahead by 2. They'll get it into Sims. They tried to foul but couldn't. Now McGee gets it, and he's fouled with 3.4 seconds left. So McGee will go to the other end to shoot free throws. Didn't shoot any free throws in the four-quarter scrimmage. So this will be a 1-on-1 attempt for him. And misses on the 1-on-1, so Nicholas County quickly calls for time with 2.6 seconds left as Coach Phipps Going to try and draw up something different this time as their underneath play, down by 2, went by the wayside with a turnover. And I'd say you'll see something possibly with Groggs on the menu this time. He's been the one that's been hot from the outside here in the fourth quarter and in several of these end-of-game situations. So Nicholas County will inbound from in the back court. It'll be Collins to trigger it in. They'll put Drennan wisely on the inbounder here. Nicholas County looking for a deep pass here. It's deflected, knocked loose, and McGee has it, and that will end the fifth end of game situation. Liberty Raleigh. It's won 3 of the 5 now. And now they'll flip the scenario as it'll be Nicholas County leading by 2 with Liberty Raleigh trailing by 2. And Liberty Raleigh will have 7 seconds to try and make up the deficit. So it'll be McGee to inbound underneath his own basket. As Bowman flashed out into the corner, pass intercepted up top by Pishner. Pishner looking to run out the clock here, trying to avoid Cantley. Cantley doesn't foul, but now finally Bowman comes up to foul with exactly 1 second left. And Pishner will shoot a 1-and-1. As Pishner rattles home the front end of the 1-and-1. He was 1 for 2 in free throws in the four-quarter scrimmage. And he'll sink both free throws, so that'll make it all academic here as McGee will just heave one and catches the side of the backboard, no good. So now after the sixth end of game scenario, they're all even at 3 apiece. And it looks like Bob Boland's got a couple of more situations cooked up over there. So we'll see what we're looking at here on this one. So it looks like we have Nicholas County trailing by 3 with 12 seconds on the clock. And I would imagine Nicholas County with the ball. it'll be Morriston to throw in here for the Grizzlies. We said trailing by 3 in this scenario. Both teams have won 3 apiece on the end of game scenario so far. As Morriston gets it into the backcourt for Groggs, almost had it stolen. And he'll be fouled by Bowman with 8.5 seconds left. And that's always one of the big debates in this situation. Do you go ahead and play good defense or attempt to play good defense and go for one shot and done, or do you foul, try and put the other team at the line and force them to make free throws or to make the first and then miss the second and get the rebound back? Personally, I've always been in favor of this scenario where you would foul instead, because there's so much that has to go right for the team that was fouled. And you have to make the first free throw, then you have to miss the second and get the offensive rebound and then still score again, as opposed to just one shot and done. So I've always personally been in favor of fouling, but again, my opinion is worth about nothing, more or less. But again, everyone has their own preference whenever it comes to this. But there you see Liberty Raleigh electing to foul in that spot and force the Grizzlies to go to the free throw line. So now 8.5 seconds showing on the clock. And let's see what Nicholas County elects to do here. Nicholas County showing full court pressure here. Let's see if they just foul immediately or if they try and go for a steal at first. McGee gets it over to Sims, as it looked like Collins tried to go for a steal initially, but then elects to go to the foul after 2 seconds run off the clock. And again, a lot of it does kind of hinge on how much time's left in the game, whether or not you want to go for the foul and force free throws or not. Because this will be maybe the situation where others would say this backfires, because if Sims ends up missing this one, which he doesn't as he hits the first, then you'd have Nicholas County with the ball and a chance to win the game with just one quick basket as opposed to having to hit a three-pointer. Sims misses the second, rebounded by McGee, tried to go back inside to Drennan, but throws it out of bounds, and 3.9 seconds left here. So Nicholas County have a chance to tie it or win it if they can get it up the floor here. Liberty Raleigh goes with pressure as Bales throws it up for Pishner, can't finish. Has tried to go with a semi-alley-oop there at the buzzer, but Liberty Raleigh survives this end of game scenario. And now I think we'll see the roles reversed here with Liberty Raleigh trailing by 3. And with the ball with 12 seconds left, so we'll see what Nicholas County elects to do in this spot. We've started to see many of the fans and parents for Webster County and Westside starting to make their way in. As we said, they'll be the next game starting at approximately 11:15 a.m. here on Video Productions. As we said, Greater Beckley Christian and Bluefield going on in the main gym right now. As both gyms will have 5 games today, 10 games in all here on Video Productions. As we have concluded our first, and now just running through end-of-game scenarios if you're just now joining us for both squads. So they'll try and do for both teams here this morning. So now let's see if Nicholas County does the same thing Liberty did and fouls, or if they elect to just try and play defense. Down to 8 seconds. Sims gets it over, and now Nicholas County does foul with 6.1 seconds left. Now, I think it also kind of depends on what kind of size you have in these spots as to whether you want to foul or not. I think with Liberty Raleigh, it definitely makes more sense for them since they do have the size advantage. And Sims misses the free throw, and there's the rebound by Drennan. Gets it over to Bowman. Bowman goes in and lays it in, but trailing now by 1 with 1.5 seconds to go. So Bowman elected to take the quick 2 as opposed to trying to get it out for a tying three-pointer. Now in this spot, if you're Nicholas County, you see a lot of teams that like to just throw deep here and try and force a contested ball or a batted ball just to run out the rest of the clock if they can. Obviously, the fear would be having it deflected underneath your own rim and then having a layup given up to lose the game. But with 1.5 seconds here, not a lot Liberty Raleigh can do defensively. Because even if you do foul here and send Nicholas County to the free throw line, you're still looking at a second or less of trying to get a shot up at that point, which isn't going to be a good one, you would imagine. So Pishner will be the one to trigger it in. On the baseline, they do send a man deep here and whistle and a charge. And they're going to call that on Nicholas County. We've seen that play implemented quite a few times in years past, where a player runs the baseline and then a charge is called in order to give the possession back, and that really was probably the best case scenario, or that definitely was the best case scenario for Liberty Raleigh in that spot. I'm not sure what the confusion is here. On the play, it looks like they're going to say it's not a one-on-one situation. And instead of timeout called, a little bit of confusion as to what happened there. But I do believe that it's going to be Liberty Raleigh ball, down by 1 with 1.5 seconds to go. Okay, so that is the situation we do have now. All right, so after the charge, Liberty Raleigh with a chance to steal this when they inbound it to Drennan, puts up a tough shot, hits it at the buzzer. Drennan throws his arms up in celebration after that, as Liberty Raleigh ends up winning 5 of the 8 end-of-game situations overall. They also won the overall game 41-34. As we take a look here on our Video Productions Instant Replay presented by Little General Store, and there you see Drennan able to get the final bucket here of this first game, this morning session game between these two. So that will do it for our first of 5 games here from the auxiliary gym. Again, if you're looking for more basketball action here from Shady Spring, you can flip over to Bluefield and Greater Beckley Christian and then rejoin us in approximately half an hour, as we'll be back at 11:15 a.m. for Webster County and West Side. So again, for Andrew Boland and Nick Eskins, I'm Chris Kidd. We'll see you here in about 30 minutes from Shady Spring High School as you're watching the West Virginia High School Shootout presented by C. Adam Toney Tires